Hi, and thank you for coming to the lesson. We're going to be reviewing iRead Grade 4 Math Home Activity Packet, page 14. And on page 14 is asking us to solve some multi-step story problems. Taking a look at these, the math that you need to do should be review. What's tricky here is paying attention to what each question is asking. And each question asks a little bit, presents a little bit of a different problem. For example, in number one, Tasha spends 25 minutes reading on Wednesday night. She spends 17 more minutes reading on Thursday than she did on Wednesday. Write and solve an equation to find out how many minutes Tasha spent reading on Wednesday and Thursday nights. So the key language in there is she didn't spend 17 minutes reading on Thursday. It was more than she did on Wednesday. So in other words, on Thursday, Tasha spent 25 minutes, the same as she had on Wednesday, and another 17 minutes more than that. So if we were to write an equation, one way of doing that would be if I use T to represent my time spent, that's going to equal 25, the time she spent on Wednesday, plus another 25 that she was reading on Thursday, plus the additional 17 that she read on Thursday than she did Wednesday. There are other equations that you could come up with. See if you can come up with a different one from I did. Number two, try that on your own. I think you should be able to do it. Number three is a little bit trickier, and actually number three and four both present similar problems. So we look at number three. There are 15 boys and 19 girls in math club. The tables in Mrs. Miller's classroom seat 4 students each. Write and solve an equation to find out how many tables Mrs. Miller will need. So again, the equation is pretty straightforward. I'm going to use T for the number of tables, and we have to find the total number of students. So that's going to be 15 plus 19. And then we're going to divide that by 4, because there will be 4 students at each table. Now doing that addition, 15 plus 19, that's going to equal 34. And then I'm dividing that by 4. Now, thinking back to my division facts, I know 34 doesn't divide evenly by 4. 32 is a number that's pretty close. That divides by 4. That's going to divide by 4 8 times, but that's going to leave me with a remainder of 2. So that 2 is 2 students who are left without a table. So Mrs. Miller's not going to want 2 students just standing around, so the number of tables she needs in order to fit all of the students is actually going to be 9 tables. Now it's so in these two problems, you have to think about how you're going to deal with the remainder. So go ahead and try to find your own solution to number 3. Don't just copy mine. Try your own solution. That might involve drawing a picture. That's often a good way to approach story problems. And also try to find your own solution to number 4. I think you should be able to do those. After you've solved them, go ahead and answer number 5. Think about how you could use estimating to determine whether or not your answer in one of those problems is reasonable. We've talked about estimating before. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or to your homeroom teacher, and I appreciate you coming to the lesson.